Okay, we're good. All right. So we're going to get rolling. We know that these happen every Monday morning, same place, same time, right? And this is a working power hour. So if you're coming here to be like bedazzled or anything like that, probably not going to happen. Hopefully, you get motivated to do the necessary work that we are planning to do here this hour. But it is definitely a working hour. So there's going to be some silent times where we're actually head down, we're doing the thing. But what I love about power hours is it's like, you have a dedicated hour where you are doing some inviting. Okay. So today, let me just bring up um, my screen. And today we're going to focus on, because we have the challenge going, it obviously makes sense that we're going to focus on booking some parties. Okay. Now you guys can call them a pop-up. I still go old school because I always called them parties back in the day, and I still kind of call them parties because I feel like it is kind of a party, but you can call it a pop-up, you can call it a glow up, you can call it a K-pop, you can call it a party, you can call it event, you can call it whatever you want. Okay. At the end of the day, what you're doing is you're getting people to come together to share Remon products, whether that's online or in home. Okay. So we know that both of those count. If you have people in a home, that counts for the challenge. You can do it online. That counts for a challenge. In fact, I just had somebody, they went live in their like customer VIP page and they did a demo of the products. And they had more than 3 people on watching. And guess what? There you go. There's a party, right? And she got some orders from it. So are we doing a pop-up in your home? Okay. Are we going to ask somebody to host a party and do a pop-up in their home? Okay, so there's different ways that we can do this. So I want you to think about like what you're going to focus on today. Okay, so what are you going to focus on? Who are you inviting to today? You did that in your VIP group as well. Good. Awesome, Kathy. Yeah. So, whoops, sorry. Let's just go back here. So as we're going through this, okay, I want you to think, is your focus this morning going to be you are personally going to bring people into your home and share Remon products? So are you going to be the one technically hosting the party? Okay. Or are you going to ask somebody to host a party for you? Okay. I love when that happens because they're opening you up to a whole new group of people that you don't personally know. It's their contacts, right? It's their network. So when I'm asking somebody to host, typically it's somebody who's been using the product, they're a customer and they love the products and they're not scared to invite their friends to come try them. Okay. Um, Now, or are you not going to do in home? Maybe you live somewhere very like remote, or you would rather do online. Are you going to ask somebody? You could ask a customer to host online. Maybe you've got a customer. I've got some customers in the States. I could message one of them and say, hey, listen, I know you've been using the product. Was, curious, would you do a virtual online event? I'll set everything up. It's going to be a Facebook group. All you need to do is invite your people. So we can't use the excuse of like, I don't live near people, right? Or I have nobody to host in home. Well, guess what? We can also do it online. All right. So online, virtual Facebook party or a virtual Zoom inside of your VIP page. And then we also have our masterclass that comes every
Oh,
Thursday. So we
sorry.
have a masterclass this Thursday as well, right? So you can also invite to the masterclass. So that will also count. If you have 3 people and you invite them to the masterclass and they show up, that also counts. Okay. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you
Lines to
want
go.
business coming
That's where I got the
um,
lines for Hayden.
from, if you want business coming to you, I'm going to really highly suggest that you do in home and you get product on people. Okay. So that's my number one suggestion. Try to get into a home, whether you have somebody hosting for you or you're hosting yourself. If you haven't had like a grand opening or an open house, have one. Invite your friends. Okay. So think about those things. Where are you inviting today? Are you asking a customer to be a host for you in their house? Are you inviting to your own house? Are you having somebody host online, or are you personally just going to host online? Or are you inviting to the masterclass? Okay. So we're not going to do all of them. We're going to talk about all of them, but I want you to pick which one you're doing. So let's just review again your K pop-up party. Here's the challenge, right? It's going from March 15th to April 15th. So it's hosting either in person or online and get entered into your weekly drawing for cash. So minimum of those 3 guests, okay? You do need to take a picture of your guests, post it in the pinned comments in the 1% Facebook group. If anybody has the link to the Team 1% Facebook group, could you just drop it into the chat for people to join? If somebody's got that, if not, I will do it after. But if somebody has that handy, that would be fantastic, okay? And then if a guest books a pop-up from that pop-up that you just did, they will also go into the drawing. Okay, so that's a great way to entice people to also host. So what has the product done for you, or what has it done for somebody else? Okay, anytime that you see results from people, thank you, Megan, for posting that. To me, it just like gains like a huge level of belief again. Oh my goodness, now I'm pressing buttons that are, hold on, hold tight. There we go. We're back. For example, this has been our newest in our team, our newest before and after picture. You guys take a look at this. When I see this, my level of belief just skyrockets again, because I'm like, even though I know and I've seen hundreds of before and after pictures, I see this and I'm like, she's my personal planner. Her name is Michelle. She's 60. Okay. She literally sent me these pictures and she goes, look at my pictures. And I waited for a bit because I didn't know how to ask her, like, wait, which one is the before and which one's the after? Because I was like, this is so crazy. And she was like, yeah, here's the before picture. Look at under my eyes. Look at on the sides of my face. And I was literally as speechless, right? So these pictures, I'm like, I see this stuff and I'm just like, why are we not sharing this with everybody? Why are we not bringing everybody into our home to get these products on their faces? Because this is what they do for people, right? So I wanted to share that because it was like a super powerful one. Okay, so let's take like 5 minutes right now, okay? And I want you to think of 10 people that you're going to put on your list. Now, 10 people. Either you're asking them to host a party online or in person. What I would do when I'm thinking of people who to host a party, I go through my customer list and go, who has ordered recently? Who has ordered, like, who is loving these products? Those are the people I'm going to ask to have a party first. Okay. If you're hosting your own party in person or online, I want you to make a list of 10, at least 10, 20, maybe 20 if you're personally inviting, who you're going to invite. Okay. So if you have people coming to your house, who are you inviting to your house? So let's take 5 minutes right now, and I want you to come up with that list and what you're going to invite to. Does that make sense? Does anybody have any questions? Okay, let's take 5 minutes and let's do it. Okay. Oh, how much time was between the two pictures? I think it was um I'm gonna look, okay. I want to say a year, but I'll look. Okay, 5 minutes. I'm gonna mute, okay. Okay, if you guys decided what you're doing, post it in the chat. Are you inviting people to host? Are you asking people if they're going to host for you? Are you hosting your own and inviting people you know to try the product? Which one are you doing? And are you doing in-home or are you doing online or masterclass? Okay. Let me know if you've decided what you're going to be doing. Lori, so basically, I mean, a virtual party is just on a screen, right? And then a lot of times they don't have the product, so you're demoing the product. So I like to just literally like sit right here, do a live, go through, talk, share what I love about the products, share, stories, things like that. There's lots of different ways. You can either do it on Zoom. I love doing it in a private Facebook group where I get, I invite everybody to that group and we do it in there. So it's just online. Obviously, like in home and they can try the product. I promise you it's where you're going to get like best return for your time, right? Okay, so you're going to host your own. Perfect. Yes. And a lot of times, like, I mean, I have people that still have not tried the product that I know, right? And it's like that's the best time to bring them to your house. Host in home, hosting my own kite, booking parties with local customers. Yes, Susan, love. And when a customer is loving our products, you guys, like they're the best to host because you get them to share. They do all the selling for you. Like they do all the work for you, right? And then we just get our products on people and it's the best. The one thing I need you to think though is this. Um, Mahjong girlies. Oh my gosh, who's playing Mahjong? We've just been talking about this and we want to start a Mahjong night. I'm probably saying it the wrong way, but so cool. It seems really confusing, but we're going to learn. Do you provide samples when I do a Zoom party? I personally don't. No, some people do. I don't. I feel like when you're just sharing and talking about the products and you're showing before and afters, like, I mean, people typically like, they're like, oh, I'll give it a shot, right? So keep in-home parties simple, you guys. Like that's the biggest key here is like keep them so super simple. Yeah, and like, look at the master class, or like Christy said, you can have a small group of people and just kind of like take that, right? I mean, you can take that master class recording and send to people like as well, right? But if you want to do it live, yeah, just don't, I always say just don't overthink it. Just share a product, right? Um, okay, awesome. Yes, current customers to host. My friend has a Botox party. I'm sharing skincare tonight. Absolutely. Okay, awesome. So let's go through. So now that you know what you're doing, okay, I've got some different things for which direction you're going. Okay. So if you're thinking about what to say, again, I go like, don't overthink it. Be you, just invite how you would invite. Okay. So I'm going to let you know, I used almost exactly this wording because I'm getting people to host for me. Okay. So I went to some of my customers who love the product and I said this, like, hello and happy Monday. This was on Saturday when I did this, but I was like, hello and happy Monday. Today's Monday. So my Remon team, and I'm telling them, my Remon team is putting out a challenge for pop-up bookings. And being that you are a loyal customer of mine, I wanted to see if you could help me out by inviting 3 to 10 of your friends to your home or mine. Some people don't want to have in their home. So then I say, like, you can come to my house. Somebody's like, well, my house is such a disaster. We can bring them to my house. That's okay, right? And I can spoil them with trying the #1 K-Beauty line. In return, I get to gift you a freebie or freebies, whatever you're willing to give. I personally will give somebody a product if they're hosting a party. And I usually say, like, if they do $500 in sales, like, I'll give you up to a $50 product. You do $1,000 in sales, I give them more. So that's kind of like what I do because to me, that's like gold. Like, if I have to gift a product to somebody to help, like, they open their network to me, I'm happily going to give them something, right? This is your choice. You don't have to, but it is how I grow my business. And on top of that, so I let them know. And on top of that, my leadership team would enter you into a draw where they're giving away over $3,000 in products just for hosting. Okay, so I'm letting them know about the challenge. You could be the lucky winner. Never any pressure on my end. I always let them know, no pressure. But of course, I'd be very thankful if you'd be up for it. Please let me know as soon as you can so we can get it booked in the time frame needed to qualify for the extra raffles. Okay, so I'm letting them know there is a challenge. I'm letting them know that there's extra bonuses from my team that they're giving away. I'm letting them know that they are going to be gifted with something from me for doing it for me. Okay. But I'm also letting them know if they don't want to, I'm okay with that too. There's no pressure. Okay. So if you're inviting to a customer, feel free to screenshot this if you like, use your own words, be you, but I do suggest letting them know, like, there's a challenge, there's a time frame, let's get this booked. Winning up to, there's over $3,000 that they're giving away. That's a pretty big number and entices people, right? If you're hosting it yourself, you might just want to change things up a little bit, right? So when you're inviting somebody to your house, I would change it to look something like this. Hello and happy Monday. I'm reaching out as my Remon team has put out a challenge, and I'm always loving a challenge. I'm not sure if you know, but I have the privilege of being, so like, again, when I'm bringing to my house, it's people who haven't tried the product right yet. So I'm not sure if you know, but I have the privilege of being able to share and represent an incredible skincare line out of Korea. In fact, it's the #1 selling line there. It's clean, results driven, and I absolutely love it. I'm hosting a fun ladies' night on at this time, and would love if you could come and check it out for yourself. We will have products to try, a little education on what makes us #1, and most important, we will mix and mingle and have fun with some other ladies. I will be doing some draws and giveaways as well. I would love if you could make it, as I would love to see you, and it would help me out with the challenge. Nothing needed on your end other than your beautiful face and your feedback on the line. Oh, and bring a friend. The more, the merrier. Please RSVP by . Okay. So again, if you're hosting yourself and you're bringing people to your house who haven't tried the products yet, feel free to take a quick screenshot if you want to follow this somewhat, make it yourself. Okay. If you're doing one of these, tune me out and you can start getting to work. Okay. Asking somebody to host online. Okay. So they're not local. So if nobody does, I suggest you host yourself online and invite people. Okay. So again, I'm just going to, tweak this invite a little bit, very similar. Other than now I'm saying I wanted to see if you could help me out by inviting some friends to an online Facebook party for the #1 K-Beauty line. All you need to do is invite your friends to the group wherever they live, and I do the rest. Okay, so I'm letting them know, like, you just need to invite, I'll do the rest. I'm letting them know I'm going to gift them. There's the $3,000 in products. Again, no pressure, but would be thankful if you'd be up for it. Okay. Screenshot this if you like, if you're going to do online. If you're inviting to the masterclass, now, personally, if I were you, I would do both. Okay. I would be hosting one of those that we just talked about in person or online. And I would also be inviting to the skincare masterclass. Okay. So, because we should always be inviting to this, right? Already customers, people who haven't tried the product, because it's just educational. So this is going to be this Thursday. Okay. Here's the flyer for it. I'll also drop it in the link, or if somebody has it, they can drop it in there, but I can drop that in there as well. And again, inviting to the Thursday masterclass. Again, I just tweak it just a little bit. Okay. Inviting them to the masterclass rather than either online or in the house, and just letting them know, like, there's some education. We're going to have some fun. There's usually some getaways. I wish there was getaways. Do getaway. Let's go. We're going to do some giveaways for people to win just by being on. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the Zoom. Okay. Let me know if I can send you the link. So again, feel free to screenshot that if that's what you're going to do. So here's what we're going to do right now. We're going to take a good chunk of time, good 15, 20 minutes. And whatever you're inviting for, we're going to take that time and we're going to invite. Okay. Pick which zone, which lane you're going in, and take my script if you like, tweak it, make it you, talk how it would be you, either voice message, text, however you'd like to invite. Okay. So, any questions before we get moving? Oh, Susan, thank you. Awesome. Okay, well, let's get to work. I'm going to mute myself out. So I'm going to give you a little tip or something that I just did. I have two really good friends who are good friends, the two of them. And they're two who haven't had a party for me yet. So they've always said that they will. They just haven't committed yet. So I actually put them in a group message together and I was like, hey, ladies, I'm doing this challenge. And obviously I want to join in on the challenge. And it's about having parties. And I know both of you said in the past you'd be interested in having a party. What do your next couple weeks look like? Is this something that you guys could do? And no pressure if you don't want to, if it doesn't work in your schedule. I go, and even better idea, you guys might want to do one together. And they were both like, yes, let's do it together. And the one's like, we'll do it at my house. So, little tip. So we'll take another 5 minutes, okay? Okay, how are we doing? Did anybody lock in some bookings? And I know people don't get it back to you right away, right? If they're up early, they will, but I've got about 9 messages sitting that haven't been responded to. Which ritual did Michelle use? She used the signature line during the day and then the rad line at night, is what she said. And you know what? She was like, she actually was like, what? She goes, I didn't think I would notice such a difference. Like, I didn't know that my skin looked like that before. So it's funny when you put the two pictures up, right? So, so here's the deal, you guys. Monday power hours are about getting you started and getting the gears moving and getting you to be like, okay, hey, I've got to invite this week. I need to book some parties. I need to invite to the masterclass. Because when you invite, that's the most important part of our business, right? When we're not inviting, we're not going to grow. We have to invite to get people to become customers and to get people to become planners, right? How long between the two pictures is she? Well, she just said in her, when she sent to me, she was like, I've been using these products for 2 years. So 2 years. Okay. So here's a couple of things that I want to share with you. Okay. Oops. Oh God, I'm having trouble with I can't seem to get rid of some stuff here. There we go. Okay. So what to say and do. So here's something I'm going to tell you for a tip. Okay. When somebody says that they will host, don't let them say, I'll get back to you. You want to set a date right away. Okay. So I say to them, I said, hey, so the two girls that are going to do the duo party, they're like, but we need to do it in April. I said, no problem. What does April, 16th look like for you? What does April 14th look like for you? What does April 12th look like for you? Actually, I shouldn't have said 16th. This goes to the 15th of April. I'm going to take the 16th off of there. We're not going to do the 16th because we want to get into the challenge. So I am suggesting dates. I'm booking the date right away. Book a date that works for you and your host. Many times they're going to come back and say, let me check with my friends on what date is best. Don't do that. Okay. There's not going to be a best date for everybody. They're going to get some people saying this, some people saying here, like just book a date, put it in. Those that can't make that date, then we go, okay, let's do a one-on-one with that person, or there's ways to get to, but you book the date, lock it in. Okay. So the biggest mistake people make is not booking the date, solidifying it. Okay. Instantly get invites out. So book the date, make an invite for your host, help them with inviting, go, here's a little invite. Here's how you're going to invite. Here's some things to say, make sure that it's clear and simple instructions, that we have a time on there. There's an address where this is going to be, right? If you're inviting online or you're doing a Facebook virtual event, you're going to want to make sure you let them know, I'm going to be adding you to a group. It's called this. When I add you, I'll let you know, and you need to hit accept. You have to accept yourself into the group. You want to give them very clear instructions. Okay. So if you're going to a home, date, time, address, Facebook group, give them clear instructions. And then always reminders, right? So if somebody's hosting, let's say that they're hosting next weekend, I will be checking in with them. Like, how are the invites coming? How many people do we have coming? Make sure that they set an RSVP date deadline. Like, please RSVP by this time so that people are coming back. Those that haven't RSVP'd by that date, we're going to encourage our host to say, reach out to them and do the follow-up, right? The hosts aren't going to really know how to do follow-ups and things like that. So that's our job to coach them. Hey, you haven't gotten RSV from this person. Make sure you check in with them, do a follow-up, find out where they're at, try to get an RSVP. Okay. I always, whether it's online or in person, I'm like, bring a friend. So anytime I invite, make sure you bring a friend. If it's online, tell them straight up, do not spam. Do not go in and invite everybody on your list. That's not what we want to do. You want to do personal invites, even if it's online. You have to personally invite people and they have to put their hand up and say, yes, I want to be in that party, right? So, and I'm telling you this from, from experience, what I've seen and not seen, okay? Again, if they agree to the masterclass, let's say they're like, yep, I want to come to the masterclass. Again, remind them of the date and time and how to join. Do you know how many times I have had people say, I tried joining, but I couldn't get in. And I'm like, because it was an hour ago, right? Like they get the time zone mixed up. So I like to message them, say an hour before and say, see you in an hour so that they know, like if they're a little bit mixed up on time zones or anything like that, right? With Zooms and things like that, I always let them know that I'm saving them a spot so that they don't just kind of go like, I don't feel like getting on, or they just kind of let it go. Let them know like it's important and I'm, you're counting on them. They're taking a spot, they're going to be there. When I see them on the Zoom, I like to shoot them a message and be like, hey, see you're on the Zoom. Hope you enjoy. Let me know if there's any questions after. We'll check in after, right? So that they know that you're watching, that they're there. And then of course, social media. Okay. You want to make sure that you are doing something on social media. I would peek it around. I always love to use ChatGPT for ideas. And I just threw into ChatGPT like how to pique curiosity or interest, on around hosting parties, K-beauty parties. So they kind of give me this. Now I don't go exactly by ChatGPT. It just kind of gives me an idea. Okay. So I did post this. I made it into a reel and said, who wants free K-beauty? Okay. Well, am I giving away free K-beauty to everybody? No, but it probably sparked their curiosity, right? And so that's my goal, is to spark their curiosity. Am I lying? No, because guess what? I will give away free K-beauty for people who are going to host a party for me. So, be creative with your social media, do different things, let them know. Maybe say something about like over $3,000 in cash giveaway. Who wants that? Hands up. Right? Those are things that spark. Anytime we do great big online events, we've done some big online events where we give away, Starbucks cards or like a Lululemon or a certain kind of a purse. And we put it up there. It's like, who wants to win this? And it makes people go like, hey, tell me a little bit more about this. I have a chance to win this. Let me know. Okay. So we definitely want to pique that curiosity. So always you're following up, right? That's the biggest way that we can drop the ball is by not following up. So make sure that you're always checking in. If they say yes to joining a Zoom of any sort, or they're saying yes to coming to a party, we always want to make sure that we are following up, reminding them, making sure that they're there, right? If you're thinking about who are people that you could invite to the masterclass, I always, go into your stories and things that you're doing on social media and see who's maybe liking your stuff or who's watching your stuff, all that sort of thing. Okay. So today, hopefully you got a start into some invites. If you have not done in-home, I'm going to challenge you to do in-home. Either find a host who's already a customer. Maybe you have no customers. This is your time to bring a group of people to your house. Okay. If you're new, here's what I would do. And here's always what I do is I grab batches of people. Okay. So when I first started here at Remon, I grabbed my close friend batch. I'm like, come over this time. And then I grabbed Raina's like volleyball moms. Hey guys, I'm inviting you to this. Come over. Then I grabbed like Rhett's old hockey mom group. I'm like, hey, come over. And then from all those pockets of people, I would ask them to host. And that is how I started to grow these big, huge webs and networks. And you get people being customers and planners with you that you don't even know. Okay. But we need to utilize that network. All right. Oh, sorry. Back to the, oops. Okay. This one. This is the one that I did for this. Okay. And again, I just put who wants free K-beauty. I would do another one, something about like, what? over $3,000 of like giveaways. Want to hear how you can win, like something like that. But just do it. Okay. I say just do it and put it out there. People need to know. People need to know what you're doing. And tell you guys just a quick story before we end. There's this guy I barely know, but he knows like family friends. Okay. The only reason he knows I do what I do is from social media because I'm posting. He had a friend from somewhere in the US was asking like, need a different, skincare line. Anybody have some ideas or like, what do you recommend? He tagged me because he's good friends to her and said, like, Tracy Zimmer, please reach out to her. She's got a great line. Da, da, da. I messaged her. I got a $500 order. Okay. Now, would have I got that order if I'm not posting? And I'm not saying just to like blast post all the time about your company or your products. We know how we need to filter and all the things. But he sees me posting. He sees that I'm passionate about what I do. He sees that I'm here long term. So he has no problem referring one of his good friends to me, right? So just know people are watching. People are always looking at what you're doing. Even if like you think they're not, you're always dripping, right? So anyways, have a good Monday. Have a good start to your week, everybody. And hopefully we'll see you guys on the masterclass on Thursday.